What is going on, everybody? Sorry you guys had a little bit of a blackout. Had a little bit of blackout there. It's because of SandStorm messaging me last minute. Okay, how's everybody doing? SandStorm got me all in a jungle today. How are you, SandStorm? How's everybody doing? Welcome, guys. Today is February 15th, and the time is 12 p.m. EST, 10 a.m. Well, not 10 a.m., 9 a.m. PST, and I think 5 p.m. UTC. Hope you guys are doing well today. Got my tabs all out of whack today. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to just arrange a few things for you. We should be good to go. Got it. All right, we're gonna continue. We got a few things going on today. We're gonna continue with the builder series today. Let's see what's going on in chat. Who's here? We got tons of folks in the house today. Vlad, Harry 666. Vlad, good day. yo, hello Dizzy, hello Bezos, welcome T6 JP. What's going on, my friend? Paul Faith, Cherry Berry. Yo, blame that on Sots. Love you, Sotsam. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We got some cool stuff that I want to show you today. We're gonna quickly finish up our builder series, and then we're gonna do a few other things. But without further ado, let's get started. Hope you guys had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Let's see. Let's open up our magical voxel. So yesterday, you guys attended our series yesterday. Yesterday we did a property, so to speak, right? For the properties contest. As you guys can see, I did mess with the rendering a little bit off stream. So this is kind of coming together. I did also find new tools that I can share with you guys, which I will be showing how to do. If you remember yesterday, I did the grass and everything manually, so including the bricks. So there is a simpler way that I wanted to show you. I mentioned it yesterday, but it looked like I didn't have the shaders. In Magical Voxel, what you can do is if you go to, once you add the shaders, and to add the shader, you would need to go to this link. All right, let me share this link in chat with you guys. Hey, doctor. You would go to this link and then download the shaders and then follow the instructions, and you just basically update the shaders folder. And then what I'll do is it'll give you a list of extra shaders here on the side. And for example, the type of things you can do with the shaders is it's pretty awesome. Let me just show you what that looks like. So in Magical Voxel, you could do like brick brushes, noise brushes, gradient brushes. All you have to do is select the colors and it'll randomly do it, like generate randomly protruding lines of voxels for like grass, right? You could do grids, you could do tile brushes, you could do puzzle tiles. These are all like out of the box, and I'm going to show you quickly how that works. And this is all completely free. You can do terrains like soil cover, right? This is actually pretty cool as well, to make like snow or grass on top of soil, randomly generated noise. You could do like a flood effect, which we did yesterday for the pond, but you could do it differently. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how that works quickly. Since we already have our grass, I'm not gonna do it. too much. But you basically go to the brush area, right? And you say like select grass, for example. And let's say we select on the left side, we shift select well, you don't have to shift select, you just drag and select go west Dizzy. How's it going, guys? And then you just make sure you have the voxel shader mode, which is C, which is this button here. And then you do attach, and all you have to do is just drag out like this, right? And you can make it as tall as you want, the grass, right? You can make it, let's say if this was like a patchy area, and that's what that would look like, right? You see how better that is, because that's computer generated versus what I did yesterday, right? Manually, and it's just so much nicer. And I could remove what I have right now to account for it. Oh, definitely go west. This is just an amazing. Another thing yesterday we did, let's say the garage door, we wanted to do bricks, right? You can use the brick tool, and there's different modes for the brick tool as well. Like the height, the grid, you can play around with this, but basically all you got to do is you select the grid tool, right? The brick tool, and then you like scale it up, and you see how those bricks come into places, and you could change the mode of it by like playing with these settings, right? The direction of the bricks, obviously. But we're choosing one color right now, and what you want to do is make sure you choose a bunch of colors, right? So I'm gonna choose everything from the left side right now, and I'm gonna do bricks, and then I'm gonna just scale it up, and you'll see that's kind of coming through. And then if you render that, you see how that's so much nicer than what I originally had in terms of bricks, right? There are different methods, and if you do like vertical brick, right, it'll have vertical bricks. You could do let's say you could do lines. I don't even know if you have to change the gradient. Yeah, you don't even have to change. You could just keep selecting in between the different shaders. So you have like the tile, puzzle, even, and you could do so much with this, as you guys can imagine. And this is just to show you what the possibilities are with this. So this is Magical Voxel compatible with Vox Edit. Yes, it is. You just have to export it as a Vox file, as Voxel Thrasher says. Hey, how you doing, Voxel Thrasher? So for example, for the bricks, right, you can have like different directions. You can have a different grid system, right? Like you can remove the grid size to make it more different. You can do that with tiles as well. So it's just a fun little thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and hopefully that'll help you with your builds. Like I said, for this specific contest, I think one of the biggest things is grass and bricks and whatnot. Or if you want to do like wood panels, you can. And for brushes, you know, if you want to do like, you know, grass, you know, you can do that. So if I wanted to just select this area, right, I can do that. Or if like I was trying to do like moss yesterday, right? So if I was doing some like moss under the water, what I could do is I could just create a new layer. That's something we can do. I'm gonna say new layer, right? And then I'm gonna hit this little arrow to go into a tile object. I'm gonna hide the land just so we can see it. I'm gonna make it 256 by 256, right? And then I'm going to just attach based on the grass, right? I think the area we have about is that big, right? And then I can like remove the density. I can make it like less dense, right? I can make it less dense, and then I can make it taller, right? So that's how like moth is kind of. And then now I can take that layer that we have. This is that layer. I'm gonna make sure it shrinks to size by clicking this. I'm gonna make sure I drag it up. Oops. Make sure I drag it up. Open the land. And now what I want to do is I want to put it inside the water. So if you render it, you'll kind of see it. It's in the water now, right? It's pretty cool, I think, personally. So we're gonna go ahead and move this to the edge so I could sort of see what I'm doing. Position it at the edge. And we don't want it to protrude out of the water too much, right? At least have 1 pixel in between, so when you look up, I'm gonna bring that down. Let's see how far we have to go. Yeah, we want to go up to the bottom of the water, and then I can just slightly push that in, and you can now see that I have like little water moss in there. Maybe the volume is a little too much, but I think it's nice. I think that gives it a little bit of different touch. Yeah. So have fun with that, guys. That's, I think, is going to be a fun way to make new things and whatnot. You weren't aware, SandStorm. Yeah, this is I was aware of this. I never really used it. And yeah, I think it's just a great addition to have to be able to build. And you can also do amazing renders in Magicka, so and guys, if you want to get like a right angle, right? So this is like a perspective camera, right? You can get like a perspective view. You can get like different angled views, right? Or you can use orthogonal, right? Which is kind of isometric. And if you do isometric, that's kind of static in terms of the vertical camera, right? I use orthogonal just so I can give it more of an angle. And I usually like 25 or 30. I think it's a nice area. I don't see any bass in the pond. Oh, you don't see any bass in the pond. Now that's just going too much detail. And no po-op today, guys. No po-op. No po-op. Guys, by the way, this contest is due on February 21st, which is next Monday. And we're going to be doing the voting on stream live on Twitch. All right. For the submissions. You guys want to make sure that you enter almost every single one of our contests, because as we're going to be building our builders network, right? Our builders will get perks from being in our network, right? And that could change based on your quality and the amount you're building in our contest and our platform. But you know, you guys want to definitely be in the SandStorm. Did I answer the contest correctly? I think you just have to retweet it. So Sam, if I'm not mistaken, right? You just have to retweet it or post it on Discord. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. So I see Go West is. So Go West built one yesterday in Magicka. How was your experience with that? Go West. Did you enjoy that experience? Maybe you want to take another crack at it and practice with the new stuff that I've showed you, like the grass. I love your tree, the clouds. You could do transparent, right? This is put like a little scene. It's really nice. And tweet it, just the contest channel, and tweet it so we can share it. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so we got people entering. We got tons of people in there. Let me see, what else do we, let me share my let me share the Discord channel for it. If you guys don't know where that is, it is under it's in our Discord in the builders contest channel. All right, so let me show you where that is. Right, see, people have already been posting some awesome designs. And you know, the winner will, I think, be hosted on our hub. I think that goes for a lot of our contests. You know, winners will get extra perks aside from the prizes. But details of that will definitely be clarified later on. But let's go and do ours. I don't know if my entry would count. Would my entry count? I don't think it would, right? It wouldn't be fair. Unpost it just for fun. And if I win, I'll give it away. But I don't think I'll win, honestly. So many crazy talent out there, guys. But yeah, you guys can definitely do some crazy stuff in Magicka for sure, and I definitely want you guys to like spend your time on it, right? You can like do like crazy layering, right? I'm gonna say house. We didn't even finish our house. We got our tiles. You can do grouping. Another thing that I didn't show was you can actually scale your selection, right? So if you have this selection, you want to scale it and make it wider. That's something you can do. For some reason it's not working. Is it because it's not selected? Oh, there you go. Okay. I think now it's going to work. Nope. Not sure why it's not working. Alright, we'll take a look at that in just a bit. But you can definitely scale. Sometimes these programs you might want to just save, close out, and do redo, but you can like double half size and such if you don't know. But yeah, let's go continue with the build. We're gonna continue with the build for 15-20 more minutes, and then we're gonna do a few other things for the remaining part of the channel. I am not sure if there is like an auto alignment tool. I don't think there is. Oh, another thing you guys should be aware of is you can set like predefined cameras. So let's say I am happy with 25 angle by 50, right? Let's say I really like this position, and that's how I want to kind of render my image. What I can do is on the bottom here, there's two arrows. The down arrow is number 7, which is to save this camera slot. So you can save this camera slot, right? And then you can load it by pressing 8, right? So if I'm on a different camera angle right now, right? And I want to just load 0, boom, I can do that, right? And if I want to just maybe, let's say I want to do it on this end, right? I want to look at it from this end. That's also something you can do. Arrange it properly on how you want it, and then save. Let's say I want to save camera 1 for that. Now I can swap between 2 camera views that I want to take a render. And then we're probably going to end this build with showing you guys how to render it and whatnot. Sage in the house, popping in, say hello, Sand Fam. How you doing, Sage? All right. What do you want to do? Let's finish our building real quick. I know that's going to take a little extra time to do. So I'm just going to build the inside of the wall. And I want it to be full glass around it. So we're going to use this material here. And you can like set like material to be like metal and so on and so forth. So I'm just thinking what I should be doing. All right, let's do a line from here, about this big maybe. Let's do selector tool. You want to make sure you have the attach tool selected. You can hide the land just if it's like in your way. think I'm doing this the wrong way. What I want to do is I want to come out here, right? And then I want to come down from here. Right, and I can just hold shift and drag it down. Okay. A little harder with darker colors, obviously, especially if you have your background different color. You can also use this tool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up just copying this piece, the L piece, because this is going to be the frame, the window frame. How's everybody doing? Did you guys have a good Valentine's Day? Got some good stuff to do today. Yeah, let's get it. Doctor's in the house. We got the Sand Fam in the house, guys. We got the Sand Fam in here. If you want to be part of the Sand Fam, you gotta join the communities. There's tons of streamers and builders in the community, guys. And of course, you do want to join these contests as we're doing some new stuff over at SandStorm. We're gonna get tons of fun stuff to do. All right, guys. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this piece. All right. Now what that's doing is it's also selecting the back piece, and we don't want that, right? And the reason why it's doing that is on the left region, it's saying, "Hey, I want the colors." We don't want that. I want the region, right? I just want the region. So if you do color select, it's gonna select everything on your layer. We just want to do the region select, okay? And then we can copy paste that, and we can move it over. Paste, move it over, right? And these are some things you cannot do in Vox Editor. So it just makes it's really nice to have both tools, really. And that's how you want to kind of do this. Oh, look at that. It's perfect. It literally lined up perfectly. That is awesome. Cool. All right, now we got the frame in here. Maybe we want to just use that around here too, right? So if we want to just go in there and just do paste, move it in here, and then what we want to do is flip it. So we flip it on the, I guess, x-axis. Nope. We flip it. We got to do rotate. I'm sorry. Gotta do rotate, not on the x-axis, on the y-axis. Go on the z-axis, guys. On the z-axis. Okay, and then I just want to make sure we place this over here. And we're gonna go ahead and build some glass into it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this one now, so I don't have to do that over and over again. So I'm gonna select again this right here. Do copy, select the move tool, press paste, and then just move it along. All right, press paste, move it along. Like I said, I'm going for more of a modern look. And everybody's, taste can change, obviously, right? You have different things. I'm gonna move this one to the edge, and then just come in here and add a few extra ones just by doing attach, bloop, bloop, bloop. Cool. Now that side is done, so we can actually arrange that. We're going to select this material that we have here. And the way Magica works with materials, if you set like a specific, like I set this as glass, and if I continue to paint with this, any part that I do with that specific color palette that I rendered as material as glass, anything I paint will be as glass. So we're just gonna attach the glass piece here. And then we're just probably gonna copy paste it once we're done with that. Oops. If you hold shift, it does the opposite. Like if I hold shift and collect, it does the opposite of what you're doing. So if I'm on the attach tool, I hold shift, it's gonna delete. I think it's kind of a neat feature. I'm gonna copy this, select the move tool, paste it, move it to the right, 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 paste it, and move it to the right, to the left, to the left. Well, you see how this one's a little shorter by 1, so just minimize that. Should be good. And now we can also add like a frame mesh style, but I think it's good right now. You'll see that you'll see the glass, right? So the avatar can walk in the house. No, this specific build, the avatar isn't big enough. I mean, it's pretty big. I can show you guys how big it is, but it wouldn't be like a house because it's going to be a single voxel. If you want to turn this into an actual house, you have to build each block and the voxels separately. What you can do is you could separate things from here and put it in the game maker, which I will try to show parts of it today. All right, as far as the way this builder shows, so just so you guys have an idea how that works, right? But if we open back our land and we just load our camera, you know, that's starting to come together, I think, right? And then we'll figure out what we want to do with the top floor, and then we'll add some lighting real quick. What are we doing on time? We're like 30 minutes in. All right, we're gonna add the glass again, turn off our land layer. If you have any questions, guys, please ask me. I am here for you guys so you guys can make successful builds and learn some shortcuts and tips while you're watching us. I'm sure a lot of that information is already online on YouTube, etc., but it's not the same when you can ask questions real time and you know, show you examples to help you understand better. All right, it seems like we did a double layer there. I've seen people do line of voxels and placement of window streaks. You know how it's allowed to use mirror glass glitch? Do you know if it's allowed to use this mirror glass glitch? Yeah, you could use lines like you can, for buildings, if you mean, you can do like white lines and gray lines in empty grid boxes. That'll give the effect of that it's glass because glass shines, right? It's sort of a trick, right? Sort of like a shading trick. Another thing, like I said, what you can do is you can also make lines in this. You could just simply, oh, is that too much? Let me just see something. Nope, that's fine. And I can do is now I can just add glass here. Oops. I had to do a little bending to get around the frame. Oh, one other thing, guys. On the bottom, you have these like frame displays, which I forgot to turn on. So you could turn these on to give you a better reference. You want to do like shadows, give you a better help on where you're clicking. Sometimes with colors, as you saw, I didn't have those on, and it was hard for me to see where I was kind of clicking, right? Cool. See, I think that should be it. We just gotta do one more, and that's kind of our full glass panel, right? Our house coming together. How do I get my Vox edit uploaded to use and publish in GameMaker? I followed the process for at least 2 game jams, and my assets are pending on my Sandbox website, so I can't use them. Nicholas, in order to publish your game, in order to publish your assets, they have to be approved right now by the Sandbox team, right? Nobody can mint your assets to be able to have on the Game Maker unless you're entering game jams. So I assume that's what you're talking about, right? And if you did enter your game jams and they're still pending, that means it just didn't make the cut, honestly, and they didn't have enough time, or you were really late. But that's something you would need to contact Sandbox support about. I'll have to try that, says Voxel Thrasher. For glass, I put 2 objects of the same size on top of each other with 2 different colors, and then I get a glass effect if you look at it in different angles. I see, but it's not clear, right? It wouldn't be clear if you do that. When you do, let me know. When you go to render, I need to get a better rendering of mine, in my opinion. Yeah, rendering is important. I spent a little bit of time before the show to give a little bit of rendering tips for you guys. Right now, so this is kind of coming up to be my property look. I'm going to add a few trees here and there. And I think we should be done, at least for this build. And I'm going to add, just because I like a little bit of light in my builds, we're going to go to the shaders volume, and I think we're going to choose the brush. Let's see, what are we going to choose the brush as? There's a lamp tool somewhere. Oh, there's also stairs, soil. There's so many cool things in here, guys. Like if you wanted to add like soil, you know. Don't exactly know how that one works, but where's our mandel bulb? Okay, there you go. All right, so we're gonna create a couple of trees. All right. See, that was so simple to create a tree, right? And you could create this on a different layer, which I will do, honestly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just select this real quick, and then just I'm selecting the geometry. Okay, only that is collected. So I'm going to Control X to cut. I'm just going to do a new layer for the tree. I'm going to go into it, paste it in there, and then it's in here somewhere. Yep, there you go. Now I have this on a separate layer. I'm going to name it as tree so I know what it is instead of Vox. Right, and then I can extend this crop tool from here on the left to give it the bark of the tree. All right, so let's say undo attach. All right, we're just gonna make it. Oops. I think that's enough, and then we can just hit the fit to model size button here. All right, so that's gonna be our tree. All right, and we'll do some coloring on it just to randomize it. And now, since we have that on a layer system, we can place it, right? We can place it here, or we can place it here, and just duplicate it. Just copy paste. All right, we have the tree here. Just have multiple trees with different heights. Make it a little shorter, maybe. You can even rotate it, right? On the z-axis to give like different angles, so it gives it a different look. All right, and then we'll add a couple one here. Just for show. Just have like another one here. And then we'll put one more here. Just because I wanted to give an overview of what I kind of do. And you guys kind of get the idea after this point. And we could kind of center these into the front of the house, I guess. Oops. And you could like group these as well. You can select from the right angle too, and then group it if you want it. Just gonna center it here. I guess it would make sense to have it on the right. Doesn't like it left. Okay. Cool. And yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it. And one other thing that I wanted to show, let me know what you guys think about that. Is there a size limitation? No, there isn't. But the max amount you can do in Magical Voxel is 256 by 256 per voxel. Gotta run this Z. Thank you for the tips. Looks great. Nice build. Thank you. 5 voxel thresher. All right, guys. So we are on 836. Is Galador in the chat today? Galador, are you in the chat? And you can add like flowers and whatnot. One other thing I think I want to add is just the night thing. Just the lighting, which I want to add. And to do that, you can do it one of two ways. You can either make it a separate layer. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it like in like areas the render would see, right? So like here, right? So I'm just going to do, let's say a yellowish color. Color's really not important at this point. And I'm just going to do like, just imagine it's like an LED strip, okay? I'm gonna do an LED strip there, right? We're gonna do an LED strip here, right? We're gonna do an LED strip here. And that's like my best way of explaining it. And we kind of want the light to be shining out, right, and out of the house. Oh, that, and you can see that, and that's not gonna work. So we gotta do it like this. Okay. And then another thing we can do is probably put it over here, just a little. Right. Okay. Now we're gonna go to render, select our angle, okay, and we're gonna go to that color and we're gonna select emit. All right, emit's kind of like gonna give that glow, and we're gonna give it power. Right, we're gonna give it a little bit of power, and then you don't see it now, and we're gonna do emission, but you'll start to see it as soon as you get the emission starting to glow, right? And watch this, guys. As soon as you start turning off the lights, right, you get like a very cool. Just gonna be turning the sun. Was it 30 before, right? So it's like 30. You can do like kind of luminescence. What are you working on, Dizzy? Lucas in the house. Lucas is right. How are you? We are building for our contest over at our on the SandStorm channel for the properties NFT, and I'm showing people how to make properties on Vox Edit. So yeah, guys. So you can actually do like different things here, right? So just turn it off, and then you'll get more of a light thing. And if you change the light, right, you can even have like more emissions, so the light like protrudes out from the building, right? You can add more power, right? Depending on how, like, you'll see like that's just so much power. It's like a Super Saiyan in there. But this really depends, and you could change the lighting if you want to make it like a blue, right? I don't know why you'd be sitting in a blue lighted render, but maybe if you want to make like a nightclub scene, right? That is something you guys can definitely do. Maybe like more of an orangey feel. Okay. And you could like basically make it like dark by turning off the intensity, right? That's really cool. Thank you so much, Lucas. Yeah. And you guys can, yeah, so this, you could set that up however you guys want. But yeah, there's some awesome tracer tools that you guys can do. And yeah, and to take a render of this, let's say I wanted to render this, I just hit the little image setting here, and then I want to do 3000 by 3000, right? That's the size that I want to render it in. And I'll just press render. Then we'll export it to my desktop. And then once that's done, I'll kind of post it on the Discord so you guys can take a look at that as well. Hope you guys like that. And if you want to make sure you want to build like a similar thing in the game maker, I want to kind of quickly walk through on how you would do that. So you guys can actually, if you wanted to bring these to life in the game maker, I'll kind of walk through on how to do that with the remaining time that we have. If you guys have any questions with about Magica, let me know. Looks like that's rendered, and let's see. Let me post that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and post that into the builders contest, and I can do different angles, obviously, right? But I'm just gonna go ahead and post it. Game Dizzy. I'm gonna tag myself. SandStorm Builder Series. How to build property. Magic voxel, baby. All right, so we're gonna upload that. And you guys can take a look at that here. And as mentioned, you can do different camera angles. Meanwhile, I'll have the my Sandbox game maker opening. And if you wanted to build actual houses, I want to show you guys a small trick with blocks. Does that entry need to be on a land like that, or it can be just a house itself? I think it could be a house itself, Sage. I like this. See the mistake I made a mistake here with the entry. I'm gonna delete that real quick and copy the test specs. I made a mistake with the render, and the mistake that I made was I positioned my camera on a non 1:1 ratio. So I'm gonna make this a 1000 by 1000. Right, and then you'll see I need to zoom out a little bit, right, if I want to do a 1:1, or I could do 1600 by 900, right, and then make sure my render is fitting the same, so I get exactly what I am looking at. And I could just do 200 pixels, 200 pixels, or 2000 pixels per, I guess this is pixel. Why does it need to be a 1:1? It doesn't, Lucas. I do things in certain ways just because of social media and whatnot. It's just easier for me to, it's just easier for me to like post things sometimes. Okay, and then I'm gonna post it, and it's good for like, it's also good for like posting on like OpenSea and whatnot. Let's see if that's actually, nope. You add, upload file, where's our latest one? Is that the latest one? Or is it not finished rendering? I think it's the one. If not, we'll upload it later. It's not a big deal. It needs to be a 1:1 because that's how Disney wants. No, yeah, exactly. Like I just like things being square because it's just easier for like Twitter to like have it displayed, or just because less things get cut off, right? Like here, it's being cut up on the sides because I didn't position my camera on a 1:1, but I rendered on a 1:1, and it's just, yeah. And I also rendered on a non 1:1, but I don't know where I rendered it, so that's an issue. Yeah, we'll render this again. And then meantime, we'll open the game maker. Let's see. Let's see if the game maker opens up. And then in the game maker, guys, if you guys are building in the game maker, a lot of you will use your blocks or different types of blocks, right, to build your lands or your houses, right? But which is good, right, if you want to build your houses. But when you want to add like complicated stuff, or like more detailed stuff, what you want to do is you want to build, let's say I'm building this framework of the house, right? I'm not gonna obviously finish this today, but or if we'll ever get back to it. But if I'm building a house, right, and I want to build like a window frame or kind of asset, I would have to create separate blocks, right? Another thing I wanted to show you with blocks is that I haven't really seen a lot of people do, or I haven't seen anybody do, at least for the time being. What you can do is, if you open Vox Editor, right? I'm gonna open Vox Editor real quick. I can't wait to display my cub on every land. It'll be an Easter egg. Woohoo! Let's go, Sage. My property needs to be rendered so I can make a video from Vox Edit. My property needs to be rendered, or can I make a video from Vox Edit to show the property? If you already completed it, you can try. I think like visuals everything, right? If people, it's gonna be a public vote, and if people think, people usually like rendered things better, even if the asset is not, you know. And I would definitely recommend rendering it if you want to be successful in the build. You definitely do want to render it, and you can do it easily through Magica. If not, you could do like a 14-day trial with a light tracer tool. Okay, guys, so on our modeler, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call this block. Okay, on my Vox Edit modeler, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create a block. Okay, I'm just gonna create a simple block and have it whitish color, right? And then maybe we'll add a little bit of accents. And mind you, I'm not doing this as a block. I'm doing it as an asset, right? So I'm just gonna give it some distinction here. Actually, we'll do this so it just has, okay, some uniqueness to it. And obviously building with blocks is a lot easier, but if you want to go into like doing more cool stuff like round objects and whatnot, I'm gonna save this real quick and I'm gonna export it to the marketplace. And I'm exporting this as a regular voxel, right? Exporting this as a regular voxel asset, just like if you were to do with an avatar. I'm gonna say this block and say none. Great, I'm not signed in. Uh, 2832. There you go. Give me 1 second, guys. Just uploading it. And I just want to kind of show you how to build like round objects, or like if you want to have like a round building, you know. I'm gonna say building for the category. I want to also show you guys here too. Right. So I'm just going to do none. I'm going to continue, save. So I literally just have a block, right? And then in the game maker, if we go back to our game maker real quick, I feel like he deserves one. Can I donate my pull-up? I'm a pull-up farmer. Lucas, you're the best. Why is everybody typing claim? Everybody wants a pull-up. All right. Now in the game maker, right, if I wanted to do like a building with a round edge, this is what it would look like. Okay, and I don't like that personally. Okay, I personally don't like that. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna take my extra time and build this way. Okay, And this is obviously more tedious and cumbersome, but if you want like quality, you know, looking things, obviously that's going to take a little bit longer, and this will allow me to actually have a round, right? And just copy paste or duplicate, right? And I can start actually rotating the asset, right? Start rotating the asset to start giving curves on the building, right? Like actual, like if you want to do like a round area, right? Of course, it's a little bit more work this way, but think about it. If you want to go up once you have the base down, it's just duplicating and positioning. And I think this is a nice little trick that you guys might like. All right, and you see like I'm having that arc now forming. And obviously I'm kind of speeding through it, so please bear with me. Right, and you see that nice arc coming together, right? And now I can go ahead and build like a full circle, even if I wanted to, or like half a circle, right? So if I want to duplicate, and this is something you can't do with blocks, obviously. And another thing you want to do is if you want to make like one of these to be collision free, that's something you can also do. But obviously this is, I wouldn't recommend this for like the land and whatnot, just for like architectural things, you know. And I think you can use just the, like if you like the positioning of this, let me see if these two have the same position almost. Yeah, so if you do 3848, 3848, right? So say if we make this 3848, yeah, if you want them all on the same line, you can also come here and just say like 40, right? But me and much more. Let's just keep going with this arc for another minute or so I can kind of get my point across to you guys. This was actually something I always wanted to show the peeps, and now, right, we have like sort of an arc, right? And then what I can do is now I can select this whole piece, I can duplicate it, right? And now I can just go whoop on the other end, right? I can even do like, I can even do this, right? I can even do like a sharp edge like this if I wanted to, or I can go like this and continue the arc a little bit more. Just nice trying different methods and different things, right? Obviously they're not aligned. Maybe do this, right? But that's something you can fix. And then if you wanted to bring that up, right, you just position it into the same area and just boom, you know, have like a really cool architectural piece. So to speak. All right, and if I just go in there now, we got the Dizzy Cubs in here too. But now you'll see like the architectural pieces coming together, right, as a cylinder. Yeah, there's so many things you can do with this idea, right? You know, you can build boats, you can build a huge Noah's Ark if you wanted to, right? So this would, imagine this would be like, I don't know what it would be, but it could be a monument or something, you know. It's just taking the voxels and just giving it a little bit of more thing with it. Bye, Lucas. Have a great one if you're leaving. All right, guys. It is time for us to say goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. And we will be looking forward to your renders on Discord. Like I said, let me say it again. This properties contest is due next Monday. And the Tuesday stream will do a vote. And the one with the most votes will win first, second, and third. And we have to figure out what happens if it's a tie. But aside from that, I will probably see you guys next week. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much. I hope you had a great evening. Love you all. Have a good one. And peace out. Bye-bye.